Hi everyone, it's time to scroll to pattern focus again. Oh, bad light. Okay, the light has changed since the last video I did. Alright, tip it this way, that's better. Okay, pattern focus. Down here to feather grid. I like this pattern. I've always liked this pattern. So this one is by Ina. It's a feathering pattern. Let me hit the button there. You're going to do the grid in pencil. So, see it's green? That means it's pencil. Try to remember that. You're going to do your grid, and then from one corner of it, you're going to draw sort of a candy cane-like spiral. Just a loose one. Okay. Then with your pen, you're going to start in this corner, and you're going to make a teardrop shape. And then you're going to start with feathering. And you're going to follow this shape up into the corner and around and down and around. And you're just going to keep following that shape of that pencil line as you fill in that space. That one. And you can do it with the spiral going this way, and then you end up with that. Okay? I love it. And I'm thinking, I don't remember if we've done this one before on the videos. I don't think we have. But I'm wondering what would happen instead of doing square grids if I do other shapes. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a big paper. Ooh, as a matter of fact, it's so big that you don't see the whole thing. This is the big 5x5 paper. So it's going to take up my whole drawing area here. Turn on my light. I did a nice big bright pink. I think it's kind of pretty. And I wonder if we do other shapes besides just squares. So I'm going to draw myself a pencil border just to kind of get me started there like that. And I'm going to do some squares maybe. I'm going to make them sort of irregular. Need to sharpen that. Maybe like that. So it is a grid. I've made a grid pattern, but it's very irregular. I don't know if you can even see that. Can you see that? I think you can, kind of. I don't want to draw it too dark. And then I'm going to put my little kind of candy cane-like feather shape in here. Like that. So I've started with just sort of a base of shape and a place to kind of go with my pen. And then I'm just going to draw and see what happens. Let's start with this one. Like that. Let me zoom in. Ooh, too far. Wrong direction. Okay, so I'm going to end this little section here. And I'm just going to do feathering, going up against this line and following this as my center place. Okay. Well, that was loud. Okay, see how I'm doing that? I'm just filling in that box with my feathering. Okay, now I can turn the corner on my box. Keep turning and follow the edge of your box. That's all there is to this. It's really quite simple. The hard part is when you get to this other end over here, because then you have to start going inward, if that makes sense. So keep going all the way till you get over there. Okay, now I've come all the way over here and I've hit that, and now I want to come back this way. So I'm going to keep feathering, but I'm going to come back this direction. Like that. See what a pretty spiral that makes. And then you just keep doing that with all your other squares, following that same sort of a thing. I've got some of them going toward the right, and some of them going toward the left. So this one's going the other direction, so I'm going to just do my feathering going the other way. Make sure I'm still in view here. That. That's really pretty. This might take a few minutes to do because, you know, I made the choice to make a big tile, but that's okay. I should talk about something. Let's do a tell it like it is card, shall we? Take one off the pile here and see what it says. It says, what TV or movie star would you like to invite to your birthday party? Oh, well, I don't know. My birthday parties are pretty quiet. Do I I have a TV or movie star that I'd really like to invite somewhere? Since it's taking so long for me to think, my guess is no. I really don't have a celebrity that, a TV or a movie star that I would like to hang out with. Can it be a YouTube person? Because if it was a YouTube person, I totally have an answer. So since in the 70s YouTube was non-existent, they couldn't ask that question. So I'm going to ask that question. If there was a YouTube person you wanted to invite to your birthday, who would it be? That would be Miss Cinnamon Cooney. I think she would be a hoot to hang out with. Very down to earth, very fun, playful, adventuresome, and loving and kind. Totally the person that I would love to hang out with. Look at how pretty that looks. I am so happy with this pattern. Really not very Christmassy, but I don't care. I could have put it into a Christmas shape, I suppose. But this is kind of like doing paradox, where it just kind of grows and becomes its own sort of thing. Which is really cool. I love feathering anyways. It's an awesome effect. But the idea of doing it in this kind of just filling a shape is so much fun. I don't know if you guys can see my guideline. I made it kind of light. I guess I could have drawn it darker. Okay, so I need another question because that question was kind of short. Let's do another one. If you could become invisible, where would you like to go? You know, that's one of those questions that I think they expected you to say, you know, like the locker room of the opposite sex or some stupid thing like that. I don't know, if I could become invisible, where would I like to go? I was basically asking you where that you're not allowed to go would you like to go? Because that would be the whole point of going when you're invisible, is that you're going someplace where you would not normally be allowed to go. I don't know. I'm just so basic. I'm just a basic, simple person. Now see, I could leave it just like that. I could cut this paper and make it a square and just do the two. But I've got all this to do yet. Gosh, these questions are so hard. Where would I like to go that I can't go now? What secret thing I would like to see? There are parts of NASA that I would love to visit that I know that you can't get into as a civilian. That would be kind of fun. My first inclination was to say the White House, but I really not sure I really want to know what's actually going on in there. Not just this administration, any administration. I'm not sure I really want to know what is going on behind the scenes at the White House. I think it would disillusion me and ruin my day. My swirl actually goes here. I kind of missed it, but that's okay. I'm just kind of following that shape anyway. I'll get back to it here eventually. That. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, another question, because I'm just a boring person, so I can't answer these in a very lengthy. Finish the sentence. The best thing about today is... Oh, that's a pretty good question. Best thing about today. Well, the very best thing about today is that I woke up and I'm alive. That's the best thing about today. Next best thing about today is being able to hang out with you guys, because I really do enjoy drawing, and I've become much more confident and excited about doing the drawings on video. So that's a really good thing about today. It's in my day off from work, so that's an awesome thing about today. Not that I hate my job, but I prefer to be home. Being home is awesome. We're nearing Christmas, so I've got Christmas gifts to wrap this afternoon. I need to work on Christmas cards and sending those suckers out. That's always a chore. The one year I didn't do it, people really got concerned. I actually had one of my husband's cousins, she lives up in Canada, and she actually wrote us a letter and said, "Are you guys okay? Because you didn't send out a Christmas card." So as much as I didn't think they were important, they actually are, especially for those who are not connected to us in social media and who only get letters once in a blue moon, because I forget to write letters. So I've got to sit down and create our Christmas card and make a letter, update people on what we've been doing this year, maybe put a few pictures in of our backyard or our vacation, or news about how I broke my toe, all that kind of stuff. My son's graduation from college. There is so much that happened this year. I need to put it all into a Christmas letter. So that is on my list of things to do this afternoon. So I guess that's a good thing about today, that I have the time and the energy to take care of those kinds of things. I do think I need to go to the grocery store today. That's probably not my best thing. I really don't like going to the grocery store, but I'll go. I probably should go earlier in the day than later, because there are fewer people at the grocery store earlier in the day, which is always awesome. Oop, that one caught on a piece of paper, seemed to be a little lumpy right there. Following that curve. These are so pretty, Ina. I like this pattern. This is fun. Fun to do. Now if you want, you could color in these spaces in between. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them the way they are, but you could go in there and color in. Those are my awesome parts of today. Do you have awesome parts of your day today? I hope you do. There's got to be at least one best part of today. Even if the best part of today is that you got out of bed and you maybe even put on clothes instead of your pajamas. And perhaps you even got far enough along in your journey today to take a freaking shower. Sometimes that is all you can muster, and then you need to celebrate that. I've got some friends who are very sick, and if they muster a shower for the day and putting on actual clothes instead of pajamas, they have had a victory. And I celebrate that. You need to celebrate the big and the small in your life. One more. Now I could, when I go do some shading, I could individually shade each one of these little feathers and take like forever to do it. I'm not going to. I'm just going to do the deepest, darkest shadow parts and leave the rest. And maybe I'll come back with a white pencil, see if a white pencil would show up on this pink, and maybe do some highlights, and that will be enough to really make it pop. I find feathering easier going one way than the other, but you can totally get your groove on going either direction. There we go. Look at that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. Okay. Feather grid. Doesn't really matter which side I use, right? I'm going to erase all my little bits of pencil marks, although you won't probably see them by the time I'm done anyways, because I'm going to stick my shading in there. And then I'm just going to shade in the dark recess areas, which would be like along here. Like that. Pretty much along the candy cane like shape that I created. So you'll really see that shape. Guess I could have made the shape darker because you really notice the shape once you shade. All right, one more tell it like it is question, I think. Say something about jokes. What am I supposed to say about jokes? Sheesh. Weird question. Say something about jokes. I think sometimes people get offended too easily with jokes. Some jokes are inappropriate. I mean, there are inappropriate things that people say are jokes that I find inappropriate, but not offensive. I don't find a lot of jokes offensive per se, just inappropriate. I don't know. When I understand that they're supposed to be humor, it's when somebody is supposedly quote-unquote joking, but you don't know that they're joking. Like, they're not a comedian. You haven't gone to someplace where you know that jokes are going to be happening. If it's just something that somebody says and then they go, oh, just kidding, it was a joke, that's usually not a joke. That usually is that they realized that they offended you, and now all of a sudden they're passing it off as a joke. But if you've gone to a venue where you know people are going to be on purpose telling jokes, don't get offended when they start bringing up race, religion, sexual orientation. It's what they do. So, don't get your panties in a wad. You went to a joke place. And unless you thought they were going to, be telling little kid knock-knock jokes, there's a high probability that something offensive is going to be said at the joke place. Comedy club, whatever, wherever you happen to be, that there might be jokes. A movie that you know is supposed to be a comedy. I find a lot of things inappropriate, maybe not funny. But I don't ever take it personally. If somebody makes a joke about my religion, which they do, I don't take it personally. They're not attacking me. If somebody says a joke about the color of my skin or the general race of people, or even my hometown, if they make a joke about where I live, and my hometown has a derogatory nickname. It does. Where I'm living currently, not my hometown that I grew up in, but my hometown where I'm currently living, even the locals will sometimes call it a derogatory, joking kind of name. I don't necessarily think it's fitting, but it's something that's always been sort of in the lectionary of where we live. I don't get all offended by it. I don't like it, but I don't get offended by it. There's enough stuff in this world that's really, truly offensive that you don't need to be offended by something that's supposed to be a joke. The problem is a lot of people who are comedians start spouting off things that aren't jokes, that they actually truly believe, and that are part of their social political viewpoint, and it's not appropriate, mostly because it's not appropriate in a setting. You're supposed to be telling jokes, not spouting your own personal opinions. But maybe that's my personal opinion. And I truly believe that you can be absolutely 100% hilariously funny without saying one curse word. You can. You can be absolutely hilarious without saying a curse word. You guys ever watch, go onto YouTube and watch, she's an older lady. Most of her YouTube stuff is a little bit old, but she's now in her, I want to say she's in her 80s. Her name is Janine Robertson. Go on YouTube. Well, you're already on YouTube. Okay, after you're done watching me, go look her up. Her name's Janine Robertson. Jeanine and Robertson. Robertson. She is hilarious. Doesn't say a curse word. Mostly makes fun of herself and her husband. And, you know, it's what she does. But she makes fun of her, where she grew up, where her hometown is, her alma mater, her favorite college, and you know, life experiences. But she does it in a clean and respectful manner. I like her. I like the old comedians too. Lucy and Carol Burnett and all of those who were part of that. They were able to do clean comedy, and I really appreciate clean comedy. But at the same time, if somebody does do dirty comedy, I need to know that that's what they're going to do, and then make up my mind as to whether or not I want to sit through it, or if I'm just not in the mood, and move on, right? Love the white on there. Wasn't going to take a long time to color this, but I love the white on here, so they're all getting a bit of white. I do think this one would look really good with the dark in between, but not sure I want to spend the time to do it. But I might. We'll see what happens. I may be making this more artsy than I had intended. I love it. Getting warm. Never thought I'd say that today. I had my heater on earlier this morning, but it's finally warmed up. The sun has come out. I'm going to appreciate that the sun has come out for the day. Another thing to be thankful for today, because it is supposed to rain tomorrow and Thursday. So, oh, look how pretty that is. I love that contrast with the white. I really do. I think I need a little bit, a couple of these need a little bit brighter spots. Like that. Yeah. A couple of them need a brighter, really bright spot. Okay, what kind of card do we have for the next thing? Complete the statement, if I could live my life over again. Ugh. Oh, I'm running out of battery. Oh crap, I gotta hurry. Alright, no chit-chatting. I've had enough. I didn't realize I forgot to change my battery when I came back from my last break. Ah! Almost done. I may have to stop, and you guys will have to just imagine the last few of them. Oh, not done. No. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick. Okay. I need at least a few of these ones. They're not going to be pretty. I'm going to come back and finish after the video's over. I'm going to come back and make it pretty. But you guys are going to get a little, at least some of them finished. Come on. I just looked up and saw that my camera's flashing at me. Hurry quick before it stops, cause I need it to not stop on me. Go fast on, so that it doesn't cut off. So just in case it accidentally cuts off, I'm going to wish you guys a great day. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Think about what kind of awesome things are happening in your life today. Even if all it is that you got out of bed, you turned on YouTube, you got to watch me today. You know, count your blessings. That's not too terribly bad. I could do better, but I'm stuck for time, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And yeah, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna do a little bit better with my white. I'm gonna come back with a little bit of dark. I'm gonna make it a little bit better. Maybe I'll take a picture of this one and post it somewhere, maybe, if I remember. Anyway, you guys, oh, excuse me, have a really great day. I am going to turn this off before it cuts me off. And you guys be blessed today, okay? Bye.